you do a bit of combat sports. I want y'all to tell me whether or not this is acceptable behavior, okay? So he got knocked out. Do you know why he did that?
Well, I understand that he put his face down.
Look. He's getting up. Look what he does.
I saw that. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to see.
Okay, well, that's what the interaction was about.
Because I want to see the beginning of the fight. Was he being a bully the whole fight? It does not excuse what he did. I can understand it.
Let's say for this hypothetical.
No, you sucker punch someone from the back. That's bitch made.
Okay.
That's bitch made.
I think it's perfectly acceptable. If you do a dirty move like that, where you shove his face into the ground like that, then yeah. One, the ref should have stepped in, because that's not okay. That's not okay. And then if you're going to do a dirty move like that, don't give me your back. That's on you. You can't do a dirty move and then turn around. You take someone's face, you shove it into the ground. Oh, hell no. You turn around? That's not a sucker punch. That's on you, bitch. Yep. That's not a sucker punch.
That is a sucker punch.
How is it a sucker punch if you do a dirty move and you turn around?
Sucker punch is...
So like, let's say if I hit you and I turn around and I start, how's that sucker punching?
It is sucker punch. You hit me from the back. Yeah, it was a dumb move. It was a dumb thing for you to turn around while you did that and what you were saying. In combat sports, in general, you should never, dirty moves or not, turn your back. Okay, but if someone hits me from the back, whether I did something or not, it's a sucker punch. They didn't wait for me to be in front of you. That's the definition of a sucker punch. Now, would I understand what happened or not? Yeah, I do understand where it's from. Do I agree? I still don't agree.
Wait, so let me understand this. Someone punches you and then turns around and you hit him back. That's a sucker punch?
Yeah, it is.
Huh?
Okay, then we have different definitions of sucker punch. That's not what I understand it. Sucker punch is like, it's something that's unsuspecting from a situation that you're not necessarily involved in. But if you hit somebody and then you turn around, you're not sucker punch, you're just being a fucking That's on you.
Sure, maybe. But both of these people are wrong. The guy that pushed his face down is wrong for doing that. But I don't feel like, because he pushed his face down. So the response was not the same level as the punch that happened. But they're both wrong. It was a fuck shit thing to do, to get up and just press your hand like that. Like, so, you could have hurt, hold on. You could have hurt him. You could have done some shit. That's crazy. And then you went. So now it's just a competition of who was the wrongest. They're both bitch moves. I don't need to find who was wrong. They both wrong. They are both wrong.
I don't agree. I don't think you can do something dirty to someone and then when they retaliate, they're both wrong. That's just not the way in my head things work. Okay, let's say hypothetically somebody hits somebody I'm with and then they turn around and I hit them. That's not sucker punching. I would never call it that. And if someone said I sucker punched, I'm like, you just initiated something off and then I retaliated right away. Mm-hmm. That's on you. If you want to not pay attention because if you hit somebody, then you close your eyes and then I punch you back. That's a sucker punch?
No. If you have to have your back turned. That's what I believe a sucker punch is. But then maybe we have different definitions. Punch someone with their back turned, knowing that their back is turned, that's a sucker punch.
Okay.
But it's okay. I think there's maybe some
levels to it?
Some levels to it. There's definitely some levels to it.
Fair. For me, sucker punch is like someone unsuspecting. Like, let's say, for example, you and I are having an argument or a fight, and then someone hits you from the side that had nothing to do with the situation. That, to me, is a sucker punch. If someone's just walking, and then you come out of them, and you pretend like the situation's over, but you run and hit them, that's a sucker punch to me. But someone smacking you in the face and then turning around and you hit them back, to me, I would never call that a sucker punch because, one, you had no business turning your back after initiating some shit. And then secondly, like, the idea, but again, I think that's just a definitional thing. It's fine. We can agree, disagree. My main thing is I think the ref should have stepped in right there.
We can agree on that.
The ref should have stepped in right there because what the guy did at the end is unacceptable.
100%.
You know, I saw one fighter do some shit where I think the round was over and he started humping the other dude. If you punch that dude when he turns around, to me, that's not a sucker punch. The bell rang and you humping him, that's crazy. I would, and if the ref doesn't step in, that's on them.
Yeah.
Okay. But to me, do I think they're both wrong?
Yes.
I don't think
even
they're both wrong.
It's something like
I don't think they're both wrong. But yeah.
Even if it's something like that happened, right? You're in the confinement of a combat. There's sportsmanship. Something we call sportsmanship. He should have got dinged because that was bad sportsmanship. Getting up like that, pressing his face down, bad sportsmanship. You shouldn't do that. 100%. You're wrong.
I agree.
And then after that, you get up. You retaliating to the bad sportsmanship is bad sportsmanship. It is. You're still in the confine. You're not in the streets. So you can't compare it to if I'm outside, someone talks to my friend. That's the streets. We're not in that. We're not in that environment. We're not there. You do some stuff like that, the referee, not the referee, but my coach can actually stop and be like, nah, you're not gonna do nothing. Cut, stop. You're not gonna do nothing. That you saw that. The coach has to say something. The coach has to be able to step up and be like, no, wait. We're not doing that, but what was that? And you're not stepping in, right? Because bad sportsmanship, and then after that you do bad sportsmanship, you're both wrong. And there's levels. If your response is that knocking someone out does not equate pushing your face down. There's levels. It's this. There is, I believe that there's one that is more wrong than the other one.
Okay.
Knocking the person out cold from the, it's more wrong.
Yeah.
I understand why it happened.
Oh, wait, you think he's the one? The one who knocked him out is the one who's more wrong? Oh, yeah, then we definitely disagree.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I don't think you get to initiate hurting somebody or doing some fuck shit and then afterwards say, I'm the more wrong party for your retaliation. If you would have said, I would have leaned towards you if you said the one who initiated the whole thing was more wrong. But you saying the one who did the hit, you can't smack somebody, turn around, then you get hit, you get knocked out because your chin fucking crack. That's on you.
In the terms,
you can't. Wait.
In the terms of a sport that is warranted, I'm not talking about the streets. In this instant, if you knock someone out like that outside of you're more wrong. You are. Go to the chat. Ask if this.
Nah, you're tripping. You're 100% you're tripping. You're 100% you're tripping.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You started.
You're talking about the knockout.
You started saying, "Hey, you do a little bit of you do a little bit of sports, right? You do a little bit of a combat sport.
Mm-hmm.
I do." And in that combat sports, believe me, that's what it is.
No, to me, that's equivalent of being a crybaby. Somebody who did something violent, and then when something violent happened to them, because they're soft, they fell over.
No.
So hold up.
You're talking about real life.
No, you're talking about the outcome, which is the person got knocked out. That's on you. You got hit after you hit somebody, and your chin is soft. That's your problem. You don't get to hit somebody, and then because you go down, you're somehow the more correct party. If your chin is bitch made,
understand why he received the punch, but the person that administrated the punch and knocked out the person outside of the competition is more wrong than the person that just pushed him down. Because
that's not a competition.
It's not the same. It is a competition.
Hold up. Pushing someone's head down after the ref has already called the count is not competition. It has ended. So wait, if I smack somebody on the way up, that's not competition either.
No, and then you retaliating and knocking the person out, you're more wrong. But we could agree to disagree. Like, there's nothing you're going to be able to say that's going to change my way of thinking, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to say that is going to change your thinking.
I know, but it's fun.
It's fun. It is, but you're fucking wrong. That's it.
I'm wrong?
Fine. You're wrong.
I'm wrong. So you said it's in competition. How is it in competition when he pushed him after the ref said it's over? That's out of competition.
Yeah, because you got
Okay, so you're wrong.
Your retaliation does not match what he did. The punching while the back is turned is not the same. But if you choose to believe that it is the right thing, then it's you can say that I'm wilding or whatever.
Let me roll back. I don't think it's necessarily the right thing. I'm saying he's more correct because he had something initiated on him after the bell had already rung and he retaliated. You can't hit somebody after the bell is hit. And then afterwards, when you get hit back because you decide to turn around, then in that case, you know what that means? In your world, somebody can hit somebody, turn around, and if they get hit afterwards,
no, because that's
whack.
No, that's not the world.
You're not.
That's not the world. This is a competition. This is controlled environment.
So then why initiate?
Hold on.
Why initiate?
I'm not saying why initiate. Of course, why initiate? You're talking about, so if I'm walking down the street, this is not the street. This is a fucking mat.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. Because you're not putting weight on the fact that somebody initiated violence. So when you were talking about the retaliation, okay, well, what about the fact that someone started the whole thing and then started violence?
Did not just say that.
But you said he's less wrong.
Yes, he's more wrong because of the gravity of what happened to what he did. He pushed him down. Just pushing down and versus knocking someone out, that's a concussion. What he did to get up did not cause a concussion, did not cause him to lose the battle, did not cause him to continue. He got knocked out with his back turned. How is getting pushed and getting knocked the fuck out?
He got knocked out because his chin's soft. Don't start nothing. Don't start
why.
nothing. There won't be nothing. Don't start nothing. There won't be nothing. You can't do that. You can't do this thing where you initiate violence and then when you get hit as well, then you're like, oh, my chin's soft. You're worse than me. No, that you bitch made. That's your fault. Don't initiate something. That's like somebody who's smaller going to hit somebody who's bigger, and when the bigger person retaliates, you're more wrong.
No,
because they have more strength.
Because that's the street. You're doing the same thing again. You're talking about in everyday life. Fuck everyday life. That's not everyday life. That's controlled environment. If you're talking to me that someone unwarranted is not in the context of a battle, you're just gonna go there and push people and you get knocked, I'm gonna be like, well, that's the reason why you got knocked, right? Okay. You're wrong for pushing him. You're wrong for knocking him out. But you pushed him, so you look for it. That's a competition. That's a competition, and I think that it's worse to knock someone out. Anyways, it is what it is, man.
Okay, so if he doesn't get knocked out, if he just get hit and he falls, if he just gets hit and he falls,
You get pushed, you push. If you knock someone out, if you're talking about the gravity of your action and how deep it is, yeah, there is a level to it.
okay.